Hello, I hope you and your family are well today. Today's lesson is about jobs. You will ask and answer questions. You can see here the picture, speaking, asking questions. And write. You're going to do some writing, sentences and questions about jobs. You will need a pencil and paper, and you will need to pause the video if you want to write down your answers or read for a longer length of time. Okay, so the first thing I would like you to do is to match the pictures. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures of jobs and the words. So write the words down, and then next to the word write the number of the picture that matches that word. Don't forget now to pause the video. Press this on your video to give you time to write down your answers on paper. Okay, we'll go back again and just check the answers. So, the first word, what is the first word? Well, same as my job, teacher. Can you see that T? T, t sound, and this at the end, and here these two letters, CH, it's a ch sound, teacher. And which number is that? Yes, that's right, number 2. Okay, so you should have written teacher and then the number 2 next to your word. Okay, the next word, this letter here, what letter is that? Yes, C, it's got a K sound, and then there's an L, there's a cl, and we've got that same ER at the end as we had with teacher. Now we have cleaner, cleaner. Okay, so which picture matches that word? Yes, you're right. Picture number 4. This is a cleaner. Okay, the next word here. This letter is a D and it's a D sound. Slightly different letter here, OR, but very similar sound. Doctor, doctor. Which picture? Yes, that's correct. Picture number 1. This is the picture of the doctor. And then the last word. This is a little bit more of a trickier word. This CH has a different sound. It's got a sh sound. It almost sounds like SH for shop. Chef, chef. Okay, which picture do you think matches this word? That's correct. Picture number 3. That's right. So picture number 3 is the chef. Okay, I hope you did well with that exercise. We're going to move on. Now, we've got 2 pictures. Can you remember the name of this job? That's correct. Doctor. And this? Teacher. Well done. Now we need to think about if they are a man or a woman. In this picture, that's right, woman. And this picture, man. And then you need to match the words. These are the pronouns, subject pronouns. We've got this word, he, and this word, she. That's number one. This word, he, and this word, she, for number two. So I would like you to pause the video and write down your answer now. So number one, picture number one, he or she. Picture number two, he or she. Write down one of these words for number one of these words for number two. Pause and write down your answers now. Okay, let's check those answers. This is a woman, so the word is she. This is a man, so the word is he. That's correct. Well done. We're going to move on to the next slide now and practice some speaking. So we're building up to sentences. So, do you remember picture one? Man or woman? Woman. So we're using she, but we're going to add a verb for the start of our sentence. And when we speak, we make she is, she's. Okay, she is, she's. Can you say that? She's. Are we talking about a man or a woman? That's correct. Woman, as you can see in the picture. And let's have a look at these words here. He is. And again, when we're speaking, yes, we're speaking now, we're practicing speaking. He is, he's. He is, he's. Can you say that? He's. Okay, so we're talking about, are we talking about a man or a woman? A man. Okay, let's move on. Right, okay, so I'm writing now. We will carry on with speaking as we move on, but let's just have a look at doing some writing. And we have some words here. Can you remember the job of this lady? That's correct, doctor. Can you remember he or she? That's correct, she. So for this sentence, we've got is doctor a she? Does that sound correct? No, that's not correct. So you need to put those words in the correct order. So you need to take your pencil and you need to write on the paper those words in the correct order to make a sentence. Okay, and the next words, again, man or woman, man, she or he, he. And do you remember his job? Yes, a teacher. So let's have a look at the words for this job. A is teacher, he. That sounds a bit odd. So again, I would like you to write the words in the correct order. Now, you're going to be very busy. because when you've finished writing the words in the correct order, you need to make sure that you've used capital letters. You need to use 2 capital letters, one for this sentence, one for this sentence. And you need to use a full stop. So think about where you're going to use the full stop for 2 sentences. Now, I'm going to give you some time to do the work, so you need to do some writing now, and you need to pause the button on your video to give you some time to write down your answers. So press the pause button now and write your sentences. Okay, we're going to check those sentences later. First of all, we're going to do some speaking. In fact, we can check the sentences at the same time. Let's have a look at the same time. If we look here at this sentence, can you see the capital letter? Yes, at the start of the sentence. And the full stop? Yes, at the end of the sentence. Did you write it correctly? Okay, let's see how we say this sentence, because we're also going to focus a little bit on speaking. Remember this word? She's. And we're going to try and link these words together. She's a doctor. She's a doctor. Okay, this word sounds like an when we're using it in a sentence. We're linking it together. She's a doctor. Can you say that? And let's have a look at this sentence. Again, capital letter at the beginning of the sentence and a full stop at the end of the sentence. And do you remember this word? Or 2 words? He's. He's a teacher. Again, this word sounds like an in the sentence. We're linking this together. He's a teacher. He's a teacher. Can you say that sentence? Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to some more new words for today, thinking about questions. Now, again, can you remember her job? That's correct. Doctor. And man or woman? Yes, woman. Are we going to use his or her? Which word do you think we're going to use for the woman? And this man? Job? That's correct. Teacher. Which word are we going to use for the man? His or her? His or her? Pause now and write down your answer. So picture 1, picture 2. Write down 1, 2, and write down the correct word. One of those words is correct. Pause the video now and write the word. Let's check your answers. Okay, so for the woman, it's her. For the man, it's his. Now you have to be careful with this word, his. It's a short sound, his. Do you remember the sentence we made about him at the beginning? He's a teacher. That he's is a long sound. He's a teacher. But this word is a short sound. His. Okay, let's move on. So we're building up now to make our question. And you can see here the question word here, question picture. And the question word, what? We use this a lot in questions. Perhaps you can think of some more questions that start with what. And we're going to use the verb is. What is? But again, when we speak, we tend to shorten words. So what is what's? What is what's? Can you say that? What's? Okay, back to some writing. And you need to put these words in the correct order. These are going to be questions this time. So we've got her what job is. That doesn't sound correct. So you need to put these words in the correct order. His what job is. Again, that's not correct. So you need to put these words in the correct order. And you're going to use capital letters again. So think about where you're going to use capital letters. One for this question and one for this question. And you're going to use this little picture here. This is a question mark. Think about where you're going to use the question mark for both of these questions. Pause the button and write on your paper the two questions about these jobs. Use capital letters and question marks in the correct place. Okay, we're going to check those questions that you've written. And if you look, we've got here capital letter at the beginning of the question and question mark at the end. And we start with the question word what. What is her job? This her is speaking about this lady. We matched that at the beginning of the lesson. And the next question, what is his job? Capital letter at the beginning of the question, and question mark at the end. And his, is it talking about this lady? No, it's talking about the man. His, belongs to him. It's not her job, his job. Now, a little bit of reading and writing. So we were practicing that question. What's her job? What's his job? See if you can match these words to the questions. Pause the button now, pause the video and answer the questions. You can choose A, B, C or D. Copy the question, write the question on paper and that question on paper, and then write A, B, C or D for your answer. Pause now and write the question and the answer. Okay, let's have a look at the question. What's her job? Okay, let's have a look. We've got teacher, cleaner, doctor, chef. You should have written C, doctor. Well done. What's his job? This word, teacher, cleaner, doctor, chef. You should have written, that's correct, A, teacher. Well done. Just going to practice some more speaking because questions need answers. So let's have a look at the question. What's her job? Can you say that question? What's her job? And the answer? She's a doctor. She's a doctor. Okay, you ask the question and then give the answer. And let's have a look at this picture. The question, what's his job? What's his job? And the answer, he's a teacher. He's a teacher. Now you ask the question and the answer. Okay, now it's your turn. And what I would like you to do for homework or on your own at home is to write questions and answers about these jobs. Okay, so you can see the picture here. We looked at that word earlier and we looked at this word earlier. So think about the name of the jobs. Think about if it's a man or a woman. Those words that we looked at earlier, what are you going to use? He, she, his, her. And think about the question that you're going to write and the answer to match for both of these jobs. And then it's really important that you practice speaking, you practice asking your family and friends these questions and see if they can give you the correct answers. Thank you. That's the end of the lesson.